Planning to visit India? Before you pack your bags, there are a few things you should avoid doing to make your trip unforgettable. Today, we'll be taking a journey through the vibrant streets, diverse cultures, and rich history of India. But we're not just sightseeing, we're also uncovering 10 things you should steer clear of to ensure your Indian adventure is as smooth and enjoyable as possible. So, let's dive in and discover what to avoid when visiting this majestic country. Firstly, avoid drinking tap water. India's water supply can be inconsistent in terms of quality and safety, posing potential health risks for those unaccustomed. From mild stomach upsets to more serious conditions like typhoid, cholera, and hepatitis A, the risks are real and you don't want to spend your vacation in a hospital bed, do you? So, what are the alternatives? Bottled water is widely available throughout the country, so make sure to stock up. But remember, always check that the seal is intact before you take a sip. Alternatively, consider using a water purifier. From portable purifier bottles to small devices that use ultraviolet light, there are plenty of options that can fit comfortably in your luggage. Another tip is to avoid ice in your drinks, as it's often made from tap water. Remember, when it comes to water in India, play it safe and stick to bottled or purified water. Secondly, avoid disrespecting local customs. India is a country rich in tradition, with a tapestry of cultures and religions woven together over millennia. Each custom and practice, whether it's a religious ritual or a simple act of etiquette, carries a depth of meaning and history. To truly appreciate your journey, embrace these customs, not as a mere spectator, but as an honorary participant. Start by dressing appropriately when visiting religious sites. Cover your shoulders and knees and remove your shoes before entering Hindu temples. Follow the local etiquette and refrain from touching statues or sacred objects. Remember, it's not about blending in, it's about showing respect. Respect for the people, their beliefs, and their way of life. This respect will not go unnoticed. Locals will appreciate your efforts, and you may even be rewarded with a warmer welcome and deeper insights into their culture. By showing respect for local customs, you'll enjoy a richer and more authentic travel experience. Thirdly, avoid street food. Now, it's no secret that India is a paradise for food lovers. The array of snacks sizzling in roadside stalls may tantalize your taste buds, but bear in mind that these might also carry potential health risks. The hygiene standards can be questionable, and the water used might not be purified, increasing the risk of foodborne diseases. Instead, we recommend trying the local cuisine in reputable restaurants or hotels where hygiene standards are more likely to be met. This way, you can still enjoy the rich flavors and exotic spices that Indian cuisine is known for, without risking your health. It's also a good idea to stick to cooked foods and avoid raw salads or fruits that can't be peeled, as these could have been washed in unsafe water. Remember, your health is paramount. While the street food may look tempting, it's best to stick to trusted eateries to avoid any potential health issues. Fourthly, avoid wearing flashy jewelry. Now, while we all love to accessorize, when it comes to touring a country like India, less is definitely more. Wearing opulent, ostentatious jewelry can attract the wrong kind of attention. It's like painting a target on your back for pickpockets and thieves. Not to mention, in some places it might also be construed as a sign of disrespect or arrogance. Instead, aim for minimalism. Choose modest, understated pieces that blend in rather than stand out. A simple pair of earrings, a modest necklace, or a thin bracelet can be just as charming without making you a potential target. Remember, the goal is to experience the richness of Indian culture and not to flaunt your own wealth. And if you're really attached to your precious pieces, here's an idea. Why not leave them at home? After all, they'll be waiting for you once you're back from your adventure. When in India, it's best to keep it simple and leave your expensive jewelry at home. Fifthly, avoid solo night travel. India is a beautiful country with a rich history and vibrant culture, but like anywhere else, it can pose certain challenges when it comes to safety, especially for travelers exploring alone at night. The hustle and bustle of the day gives way to unfamiliar shadows and quiet streets. This can make navigation tricky and potentially expose you to unnecessary risks. Instead, consider alternatives that enhance your safety while still allowing you to soak in the nocturnal beauty of India. Traveling in groups can be a fun and secure way to experience the nightlife. You can share the excitement and create lasting memories with fellow travelers. If group travel isn't your cup of tea, consider using trusted transportation services. These services not only ensure your safety, but also take away the stress of navigating unfamiliar streets. Stay safe and make the most of your trip by traveling with others or using trusted transport services after dark. Sixthly, avoid traveling during rush hours. India, known for its vibrant culture and bustling cities, is also infamous for its heavy traffic. This is especially true during rush hours when the roads are packed with a mix of cars, buses, auto rickshaws, and even cows. The morning rush typically begins around 8 and lasts until 10, while the evening crunch is from 5 to 7. Now, why should you avoid rush hours? Well, the congestion can not only delay your travel plans but also cause a bit of stress. Moreover, the crowded public transport during these hours can be overwhelming for first-time visitors. So how can you navigate this? Simple. Plan your travels during off-peak hours. Early mornings or late evenings are ideal. You can explore the city peacefully, soak in the sights, and even get to your destinations quicker. By avoiding rush hours, you can enjoy a more relaxed and enjoyable travel experience. Seventhly, avoid public displays of affection. Now, you might be wondering, why is this important? Well, India is a country steeped in tradition and culture, where public displays of affection are often seen as disrespectful. This is not to say that you can't hold hands with your partner or give them a quick peck on the cheek, but anything more than that can be seen as crossing a line. India is a diverse country, and what's acceptable might differ from region to region. However, as a rule of thumb, it's best to err on the side of caution. Try to limit your public displays of affection to what you'd consider appropriate in front of your grandmother. This is a simple way to show respect for the local culture and customs. After all, you're a guest in their country, and it's important to behave in a way that's respectful and considerate. Remember, when in India, it's best to keep public displays of affection to a minimum. Eighthly, avoid giving money to beggars. You might encounter beggars on the streets of India, tugging at your heartstrings. While it's natural to want to help, giving money directly often perpetuates a cycle of dependency and can even encourage exploitative practices like child begging. Some children are forced into begging instead of going to school, and your well-intentioned donation may indirectly support this. Instead, consider supporting local charities that work to address the root causes of poverty. These organizations provide education, healthcare, and livelihood opportunities, breaking the cycle of poverty and giving people the tools they need to improve their lives. There are many reputable charities in India that do incredible work. Do some research and find one that resonates with your values. Remember, your goal is to make a positive impact during your visit. By donating to reputable charities, you can help address the root causes of poverty in a more sustainable way. Ninthly, avoid being unprepared for the weather. India's vast geographic expanse gives it a diverse climate, varying from the icy peaks of the Himalayas to the tropical beaches of Goa. In the north, winter months can be quite chilly with temperatures dropping to near freezing, while summers can be extremely hot. The southern and coastal regions, on the other hand, enjoy a tropical climate with high humidity and temperatures that seldom go below 20 degrees Celsius. India's monsoon season, typically from June to September, can bring torrential rain and cause disruptions to travel plans. So it's crucial to research the weather conditions of the places you plan to visit. Pack accordingly, with layers for cooler regions, light clothing for the heat, and waterproof items for the rainy season. By being prepared for the weather, you can ensure a more comfortable and enjoyable trip. Finally, avoid ignoring local advice. The locals are your best source of information, the living embodiment of the guidebook, if you will. They know the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, the hidden gems, and the overrated spots. Yet, it's not just about discovering the best chai stall or the least crowded time to visit the Taj Mahal. It's about understanding the nuances of the culture, the traditions, the norms, and the values. When in India, it's essential to respect these aspects, and who better to guide you than the locals themselves? They can provide you with insights that you wouldn't find in any travel guide. They can tell you about the significance of taking off your shoes before entering a temple, or why it's disrespectful to touch someone with your left hand. By being open to their advice, you're not just being a tourist, you're being a respectful traveler. By listening to local advice, you can enrich your travel experience and stay safe. So, there you have it. 10 things to avoid when visiting India, from steering clear of tap water and street food to respecting local customs and avoiding flashy jewelry. Remember, safety is paramount, especially during night travels and rush hours. Be mindful of public displays of affection and be prepared for the weather. Local advice is invaluable, so don't ignore it. Keep these points in mind while planning your Indian adventure. Remember, the key to a successful trip is to respect local customs, stay safe, and be prepared. Happy travels!